Okay, everybody, it's me, Gregory Mannarino, and if you weren't seeing it with your own freaking eyeballs, you wouldn't believe it. What am I talking about? Well, first of all, it's my post-market wrap-up on this beautiful, lovely day where you and I are surrounded always with little puffs of freaking loveliness. I'm laughing because I can't take it anymore, so yes, let's talk, you and me. Like I said, if you were not seeing this with your own eyes, it would be hard to believe. What am I talking about? You're watching the 10-year yield, 2.59. People, we've had virtually a 100 basis point drop in the 10-year yield in just a few weeks here. And there are some that would like us to believe that this is just some mysterious phenomenon that's occurring. Oh yeah, have you noticed? The lower the 10-year yield is going, the higher the stock market is going. Oh, we're not seeing that either. Yes, we are. Let me put a perspective on this for you. It's out of control. Okay. The 10-year yield, as I have been explaining, is going to continue to drop. Let's talk about today, for example. Earlier, this whole market was under pressure. The Dow Jones Industrial Average down over 200 points. So then 10-year yield starts coming down. Stocks recover. Yeah, we finished with a fractional loss, about a 29-point drop in the Dow. The other indices as well, nothing. This mechanism, people, they got it down to a science here. And it's astonishing. It's incredible to watch unfold right before your eyeballs. And really, nobody's talking about it. Oh, yes. They are talking about one thing. If you were to turn on Bloomberg, this is what drives me nuts. This is how you know they're all getting the same script. Bloomberg, Fox Business, CNBC, turn any of them on today. The word of the day is recovery. Recovery. You see, the more they push a narrative and you keep hearing a word, recovery. It's some kind of a mind-twisting, brainwashing mechanism to make people think that we're in some kind of recovery. Guess what? We are not in any kind of recovery here. It's just a complete falsehood. It's absolutely insane. Recovering from what? I mean, last week before that, we're great. Economy's strong. Couldn't be better. Meanwhile, again, it doesn't stop. The bad economic news, even, this morning we got it. We get it again now every day. U.S. factory activity is slowing down again, and new orders continue to fall. Oh, let me see. How is that possible when our economy is so strong? But we're recovering. We're recovering. Oh, yeah. And 61% of American households, think about what I'm about to tell you. Can you hear this? Listen to this. 61% of U.S. households live from paycheck to paycheck, meaning if something happens, they lose their job, they don't get a paycheck, it's over. I mean, all of a sudden, they're eating cans of dog food, okay, or ramen noodles, I don't know, whatever. But this is a recovery. You know it is, because that's what the catchphrase is today. It's recovery. You can't make any of this stuff up. A lot of people asking me today what's going on with crude oil. Well, it's very simple. You see, we're going to hear from OPEC, and the market is waiting. It's waiting to see what OPEC is going to say, what they're going to do. So the energy sector got hit, and even with the energy sector getting hit today on crude dropping about 5%, we still finished with just fractional losses here. And that 10-year yield, look, 2.59, we're going to hit 2.5 very soon. The mechanism is very simple. There's an enormous amount of cash being utilized by some mysterious entity. I don't know, ex-Lex Luthor, the freaking Federal Reserve President Neil Kashkari, whatever the freak his name is. The goddamn thing is a freak, he's a thing. Oh, yeah, he was really surprised. The Fed's so surprised about inflation. They can't believe how it's surging so much higher. They don't understand it, really. They're going out of their way to continue to fuel it. You see, what Neil Kashkari won't tell you, or a single Fed president won't tell you, or one of our lovely, caring Congress people won't tell you, and retarded presidents won't tell you either, is there's not a single action today that is being taken by a world central bank that is not inflationary and going to drive inflation even higher. Oh yes, by nudging that federal funds rate higher, we're going to get inflation to slow down. Oh, but that won't work. That we already know. And then they won't tell you that the Fed is in here buying all the debt. They have to create. How does a central bank just buy debt? How do they do it? Well, somebody over there has to be sitting there, some dastardly, ugly creature, adding digits to a screen like a maniac. Yeah, adding all those zeros and digits so they can buy all the freaking debt. There's one entity, people, buying the debt right now here in the United States, and that is the Federal Reserve. And you can see it with your own eyes by watching the 10-year yield. Follow the money. They don't have to tell you. You see, here's the thing. People, you see, they're so conditioned to being lied to. They're expecting to hear the Fed say, hey, we're buying all the debt. But unless they hear that, they don't think it's happening because they don't trust their own eyes. They don't trust their own ears. They don't trust their own intellect. They don't know how to follow the money. Just follow the money. If you see the 10-year yield crater, that's the Fed buying the debt. Period. People write to me, Greg, where's your proof? Where's your proof, Greg? The Fed is buying all the debt. Oh, I'm sweating. The proof is in your face. Okay. So anyway, let's just go back here. Bitcoin, cryptos fell under some pressure today. Gold and silver putting on some gains. Dollar falling under some pressure. I told you about crude oil. The freaking key to this market is what it's always been, and it will never change. It's the debt market. Okay, that's why I go, what's the 10-year yield? What's the 10-year yield? Also, watch the MMRI. People, I do everything in my power to make this as simple for you as humanly possible. I give you a free chat room on my website to go talk to people who are in the know. People in my chat room, big shout out to you, all very smart people over there. I put up free charts for you, free stock screeners for you. The MMRI, which is cratering along with the 10-year yield, telling us, well, risk is dropping. Cash is going to make its way into this market here, period, the end. You got my free newsletter, link in the description of this video. I apologize for the trolls, okay? I'm trying my hardest to do something about it. I don't think there's a guy out here, honestly, who tries to make it easier for you to understand this thing, this twisted, perverted, hideous, monstrous thing that's going on around us, and the lies and the distractions and the propaganda. So you can see right through that. With regard to the market, all you got to know is where cash is moving. Okay, if you see the yield curve drop, 10-year yield drop, that means there's a lot of cash buying that debt there. And that is a mechanism that's been used since the last meltdown to force cash into the stock market. Period. Inflating a massive bubble. Okay, being inflated by design. The global debt bubble being inflated by design. A moment of maximum saturation is coming. Earlier today, I put out a nice piece, and I want you to read it. I sent it out to all of my subscribers on my free newsletter, talking about magic money. I explained to you, again, the moment of maximum saturation, how it works, okay? If you haven't subscribed to my free newsletter, believe me, you're missing out. Again, link here in the description of this video. But I sincerely believe all of you really do have the best understanding of this market, how it works, the inner workings of it, the dark underbelly of it, how sick it is, and you know what to do about it. I mean, we can sit here and talk and talk and talk and talk and talk, but what are you doing about it? You're betting against the debt. You're becoming your own central bank here. You're putting your cash to work, at least in some kind of a vehicle, getting away from the dollar, whose absolute strength is in free fall. You got to get yourself in the right spots here, people. And look, we know for a fact that we're in the end game. You can tell that we're in the end game by action of central banks. Unlimited bond buying by the European Central Bank, and they're going to add to an unlimited bond buying program. Please, somebody explain to me how that works. I still don't know. Follow the money. Watch the debt market here in the United States, 10-year yield. That's the Fed. That's how you know. And they don't care about inflation at all. In fact, that's part of the article I wrote, Magic Money, in my free newsletter that went out about an hour ago. So read that article, and I think you'll have a perspective again as to what's really going on. All right, look, big, huge shout out to those of you who choose to support my work. People, I can't tell you how thankful I am. It's so few of you. Honestly, and that's okay. I love you anyway. Whether you support my work or not, that's really the truth. If you can, that's great. If you can't, that's fine too. But anyway, if you do feel like supporting my work, there is a link in the description of this video. On the first of every single month, I always ask you for $5. 5 lousy bucks. Makes me feel good. Anyway, with that said, people, look, a big thank you yet again. I hope you choose to support my work. I will see all of you in the morning. And maybe I won't have a meltdown. I'm sweating so bad right now. I just can't handle this stuff. It really gets to me. Love you a lot. See you later.